All right, ladies and gentlemen, our last match of the first round action here at the Gibraltar Darts Trophy 2017. And it is fitting to finish the night with a Gibraltarian qualifier. Playing in his fourth European Tour event, it's Hot Fuzz, Anthony Lopez! And Anthony's opponent comes from Belgium. 9 times he won on the Youth and Development Tour. It is time for him to make his stamp on the senior circuit. He is, however, without a doubt, the best dancer of them all. He is the dream maker, Dimitri van den Bergh.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Give me all you got, don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room.
Dimitri van den Bergh taking to the stage in his usual unique style for the final match of the evening session here. The final match of the day on day one of the Gibraltar Darts Masters, and looking to make it a clean sweep of defeats for the Gibraltar qualifiers. 4 of them have already fallen by the wayside, 3 of them losing 6-1. Most recently Manuel Valerio against Darren Johnson. So it all rests on the shoulders of one of the local bobbies here, policeman Anthony Lopez, hence the nickname Hot Fuzz, against Dimitri van den Bergh in the final match of the night. And again, Chris, it looks to be a very, very tall order for him.
Yeah, it certainly does. We have seen, as you said, Rob, the other 4 Gibraltarian chuckers fall at the first hurdle. Let's see if the last one can finish with a flourish and send the home crowd home happy. Dimitri van den Bergh, though, when he walks out to a song called Happy, and he would rival James Wilson for that title of being the happiest man around, until the referee says game on, and then his demeanour completely changes.
As Jacques said there in the introduction, he's a player who's had a fair bit of success on the development tour.
Game on!
And on the youth circuit as well. Semi-finalist in last year's World Youth Championship. He continues to make hay on the development tour this year as well. 2 titles and a semi-final appearance to his name so far this year.
140.
Last week we were trying to reckon up if Dimitri van den Bergh's the busiest player on the circuit with the amount of matches he plays, because he's gone deep in a lot of the
45.
development tour events he's played in as well. We worked out only 1 weekend off he's had this year, since the start of the season in February.
Yeah. And as you say, mixing it up on the Pro Tour as well. He
57.
reached the last 16 in Milton Keynes last month. That's his best performance on the Pro Tour this year.
And he invariably qualifies for these European Tour events as well, so
125.
not doing himself any harm at all in terms of career progression. Certainly an exciting prospect. We've seen him put in some very good performances. Still awaiting that one real big run,
100.
really, on the senior circuits.
Well, he's gone close. He reached the last 32 of the Players' Championship finals in November. Beat Gerwyn Price that weekend as well, by the way. And he missed out on a place in the last 16 at the Grand Slam in agonising circumstances, didn't he? When he
80.
had to go to that shootout, that 9-dart shootout with Robert Thornton after they were dead level in their group. And who knows, had he survived that, he may well have kicked on
136.
and gone deeper.
Yeah, certainly. He's got the game to beat some of the best players in the world. Met Mervyn King at this stage last weekend in Sindelfing, and look at that! A blind 180. Looked away as he threw the last dart.
Reminiscent of Adrian Lewis all those years ago. Van den Bergh didn't like that, I think. Just a bit of showmanship from Lopez. Van den Bergh might put him in his place here, though, by finishing this one off and getting the first leg on the board.
Game shot on the first leg, Dimitri van den Bergh.
Yep. Just a little signal there from
first. Game on.
the 22-year-old from Antwerp.
Well, he's going to enjoy himself. Whatever happens, isn't he, Lopez? We've seen the nonchalance, the confidence. Didn't even look as he threw the last dart for that 180. Oh, he looks good if you hit it. If you don't hit it, you can look a bit of a muppet, can't you?
Was it against Peter Manley when Lewis did it? It was quite a high-profile one, and not quite sure about I can't quite recall the circumstances around it. But anyway.
Well, there's another time when Adrian Lewis, talking about when you miss it, there's another time when Adrian Lewis was playing Raymond van Barneveld in the Premier League, and he tried it on a few occasions and kept failing to hit it. I think at one point he went for a double blind in that match. That was when he was young and less mature than he is now. Adrian Lewis has learned a lot and got himself to the point of being a two-time world champion. Vandenberg, as I said, he dances onto the stage, and then as soon as the referee says game on, he's got his game face on then, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Yeah, you mentioned his busy schedule. He's had 3 weekends this year on the European Tour. This is his 4th. Just the German Darts Masters, the one he missed. Yet to go beyond the 3rd round of a European Tour event. I think that could be the next thing on his agenda as far as the Euro Tour is concerned, just to get himself into the final reckoning at the end of the weekend.
Well, if he's going to do that here, he's got to see off Lopez now and then James Wade tomorrow.
Yeah, former champion here, James Wade, the only former champion in the field here this weekend. Lopez playing in his 4th successive Gibraltar Darts Trophy after coming through qualifying in 2014, 15 and 16. Has won on this stage before as well. Came through his first round match in 2015 against fellow Gibraltarian John Duo 6-3 before being battered by Mervyn King 6-0.
135.
Lost 6-0 to Daryl Gurney in 2014 as well in the first round. Nick Fulwell last year did for him in the first round as well, 6-2.
The King, Mervyn King, not here of course this weekend, the first European Tour event that he hasn't qualified for. Paul Nicholson put paid to that.
I assume King was the top seed in qualifying, was he?
You require 97.
It's certainly up there.
Steve West was number 2, so I'm pretty sure King was. So that was a good win for Paul Nicholson, but it's the end of his weekend. He was beaten earlier by Chris Quantock.
57.
So Vandenberg tops away, but Lopez here, 96 away from levelling the match at 1 leg apiece.
Вирусная угроза была обнаружена.
Well, it won't be this particular visit, and he may not get another opportunity with Vandenberg on 40. So for a first break for Vandenberg.
Double 10 now.
Game
and he finds it. The first start. Didn't find the target, the next one did.
Game on.
And it's looking like pretty plain sailing so far for the Dreammaker. Hoping to fill the last of those last 32 spots. 16 seeds await tomorrow, and 15 players
54.
have already won their first round match to join them. That would be played out in its entirety across 2 sessions, just like we've seen today. And then
100.
on Sunday, as always, on the European Tour, the last 16 in the afternoon session, followed by the quarters, semis, and final in the evening, when we find out who will trouser the £25,000 winners check.
140.
Yeah, so the draw almost complete for round 2 tomorrow. Some standout ties already. Michael Smith against Christian Kist is one that leaps off the page. Dave Chisnell against Johnny Clayton, and Kim Ibrex against James Wilson will be a decent clash as well. Daryl Gurney, Darren Webster also meeting tomorrow.
58.
As things stand, it looks as though Vandenberg will be joining the party tomorrow to face James Wade, number 5 seed. Not there yet, though, and he'll be all too aware of that.
85.
A visit of 85 getting a huge ovation from 1 or 2 of the crowd there.
Yeah, a bit of encouragement.
96.
Always good to keep on the right side of the local policeman.
$60. To meet you require 153.
So he's been unable to arrest the force of
121.
Dimitri van den Bergh in this match so far.
I was waiting for that. I got ticked off by Rod Harrington 2 years ago for saying that Lopez wouldn't take any prisoners.
45.
I would revel that. I would have wished I said it.
Game shot on the third
Well,
leg. Dimitri
it's
van den Bergh.
Vandenberg who's not taking prisoners
Ball
here,
late
isn't it?
Anthony to throw first. Game on.
3-0 lead for the Belgian.
Just the one
60.
whitewash so far today. That was in the first match of the evening session. Rob Cross, despite some wayward finishing, beating Mario Robert 6-0 in the opener tonight.
180.
And if Van den Bergh carries on like this, he might be on course for a bagel here as well.
Yeah, dream darts from the Dream Maker. 180 to kick
100.
off this fourth leg. And perfectly timed as well, because after one throw he's already nicked the darts.
81. $140.
Good visit from Lopez, just to remind Dimitri that he's not just going to have it all his own way.
Yeah, he's had a smattering of
94.
those, but we've talked about it time and time again. It's all about the consistency and just being able to really apply some sustained pressure over a period of time, and doing it over the course of 2 or 3 legs, not just in fits and starts. But this is more like it from Lopez.
Yeah, followed it up there, so he should get darts. At least one dart at double. Should. Really should now, because Dimitri van den Bergh has given him that chance.
41.
That was a sloppy
Anthony
last start.
requires
That
78.
could make all the difference, should it come to this. So 20 for tops then for Lopez. That's just about found its way into the 20. Tops then.
58. Dimitri requires
A grimace on the face of Anthony Lopez. Can van den Bergh really make him hurt? Because it would hurt. And which route is he going for?
Well, 19s would have left 48, so it would have been the 16s route, but
97.
he's still got work to do here.
Require 20.
Can he get a leg on the board? Double 10 is the target. Good guide.
That's not bad either.
Yeah, even closer.
Game shot on the fourth leg. Anthony.
And in the end, he used neither and went the bottom corner.
Throw first.
But the result is a leg on the board.
Yeah, almost busted score there, but anyway. He has got a leg on the board, and he's avoided the whitewash, and
140.
still the prospect remains there of another 6-1 defeat for a Gibraltarian player, but maybe it's a step in the right direction for Anthony Lopez. Van den Bergh won't be unduly concerned just yet. It was on the Lopez throw.
81.
Van den Bergh knows that if he just keeps on holding throw here, he will be more than home and hosed. And he's certainly going the right way about it here once again. Look at this. A 140 backed up by a 180. In charge here once again.
Yeah, dazzling darts from Dimitri van den Bergh. Taking going price to stop him at the last couple
60.
of European Tour events.
Вирусная угроза была
But he'll be
обнаружена.
happy to know that he's not going to be pitted against Gerwin just yet.
105.
In fact, he couldn't meet the Welshman until the quarterfinals, and I think he would be very happy to get that far.
I think he would, and once he's in the last 8, anything could happen.
So,
85.
strong leg of darts.
Dimitri
Craig
requires
Mebbin's racing to the
76.
board to make sure he got the score right before Lopez pulled them out there, but Van den Bergh's been making all the running in this one, and now he wants double 18 for a 4-1 lead.
Game
Yeah.
shot on the fifth leg. Dimitri van den Bergh.
Just as well, just going back to those
Six
Gerwin
legs,
Price
Anthony to throw
defeats,
first. Game
6-4 and 6-3, the pair of them, and that brought to an end a mini sequence of really chastening defeats on the European stage. He lost 6-0 to Michael Smith at the European Trophy last year, and then 6-0 to Chiswick
60.
in Hildesheim at the start of this year as well. So it was a relief for Van den Bergh not to be beaten too heavily by a player like Gerwin Price, who was, or still is, bang in form. And this time around it looks as though it's Van den Bergh going to be
100.
dishing out the punishment.
Yeah, a couple of weekends ago at the Players' Championship event in Wigan as well, he enjoyed a victory against Michael Smith, who's been in decent form of late.
67.
In the German Darts Open, he beat Alan Norris and Andy Hamilton on the big stage before
Вирусная угроза
93.
была обнаружена.
falling foul of the Iceman.
But Van den Bergh's schedule and the way he's managing it just really illustrates how you can,
45.
if you're a player like him, 22 years old, you can really benefit. And if you use the system right, it can act as a really good stepping stone, a really good platform for your career.
Well, I know that Michael van Gerwen puts a lot of his success down to the fact that he was able to play on the
44.
development tour. It was called the Youth Tour then, but development tour now, and get used to winning again, because he burst onto the scene. Will he do it again? Let's just have a look. He did.
108.
He did. Unbelievable.
Now, what are those fans saying? Are they saying, don't do that? Don't look away? They were pointing at the eyes as if to give it the thumbs up.
140.
But what a riposte from Van
Anthony
den
required
Bergh.
140.
Little
we
dry
love it.
smile from Anthony Lopez, but Van den Bergh wasn't smiling there, I can tell you. He loved every minute of that. Right back at you, Anthony
85.
Lopez.
Dimitri
We loved it as well, so did the crowd.
Thing is, Lopez is 4-1 down here. I mean, maybe there's a time and a place. But okay, he got away with it and he pulled it off, but even so.
Well, I like it, and if it is a ploy, a tactical ploy, I think he's just enjoying himself.
56.
But if it were a tactical ploy, he got a
Anthony
reaction from
requires
Van den Bergh, didn't he? Because
64.
he wouldn't normally do that.
Mm.
$44. Dimitri requires 68.
Just trying to assess the facial reaction of Van den Bergh at the time, whether he, was happy to go along with it or not. I'm not sure he did. But
Yeah.
anyway, that will all come out
32.
later.
Vote now. Annoyed
Anthony
or
requires
enjoyed?
20.
I think annoyed very much. Anyway, he'll be annoyed if he loses this leg because he missed a dart there at an opportunity to win the sixth leg. And
10
Lopez
score.
can't punish.
Dimitri requires 36.
The leg that he won, he missed 2 darts outside the double 10 and then pinned it. This time, can't find that target. And Van den Bergh looking to bed, double 18, edging ever closer. But
No
Lopez
score.
will get another go, this time at double 5.
Anthony requires 10. Game show on the 6th leg. Anthony Lopez. 7 leg is Dimitri
Well,
to throw first.
missed starts
Game
at
on.
double 18 for Van den Bergh. 4 of them. Just letting Lopez back in here.
Well, he's stolen the chance of the world number
44.
1. Oh, Anthony Lopez. Echoes around the arena. I wonder if he'd dare go for a double blind.
40.
Well, if he did and he missed, he'd be an absolute fool. How do you shoot the devil in the back? What happens if you
59.
miss? Van den Bergh. We'll see this as a slight inconvenience, having lost 2 legs to Lopez.
140.
But maybe, just maybe, he's beginning to build up a mini head of steam here.
46.
Well, he's just bit of body language suggesting he's perhaps become embroiled in a battle he doesn't want to be in. Now then,
He's more than won over the darts here, by the way, in this leg.
140.
And it's another healthy visit. 180.
I promise you one thing, there's only one man on that stage enjoying himself right now, and it's not Dimitri Van den Bergh.
Yeah, 140 for Lopez.
140.
After a fairly sluggish start to this leg, but he's more than back on track here, and he's in the money once again here, Anthony Lopez.
130.
Wonderful, terrific visit that is. This on the Van den Bergh throw as well, and a break is on the cards.
A flamboyant thrower. You think he would dare
42.
fire at the
Anthony
bullseye?
requires 50.
Blind bull. No, he won't. Well,
He might have wished he had.
double 16 he wants here.
34.
Well, unless Vandenberg takes out the biggest of the lot,
170.
Lopez should return with the chance to break. And Lopez will be back.
86.
He is back, 16. And the complexion of this match has turned completely on its head. Despite the two-leg deficit, the momentum is with Lopez.
Still needs to do the job here, though. Double 4.
12 score.
Long way away.
BCU require 84.
Well, this would be a massive shot in the arm for Vandenberg if he were to nick this one.
There's never any guarantees of any finish, but he may only get a dart at the bullseye here. He'd love to see this fly in the treble 20. Doesn't, so 14. Gets the treble, gets start at double 11. And pins it.
On the 7th leg.
And that
Vandenberg
is confident, clinical, classy and mature from Dimitri Vandenberg.
Well, he was 50 away in that first dart where he found 15 really. Well, it cost him an extra dart, first and foremost, but I think it just knocked him off his stride more than anything.
60.
And that's a game changer for me. That first dart when he was on 50. Left himself
134.
double 16 and came inside and then didn't take the opportunity in his next visit either.
$78.
Vandenberg closing in then on a place in round 2 tomorrow, and that meeting 100. With the number 5 seed James Wade.
$97.
Vandenberg clearly in the ascendancy in this particular leg as well, looking 100. To get the job done here, and now he's down to a finish first on the Lopez throw. It's a big one, but he may have something in hand here as well if Lopez once again fails to find the treble, and so far he hasn't.
96.
That's a good recovery.
You require 167.
Two big targets in front of these players. Vandenberg gets the first stab at the 167. Now this would bring the house down, wouldn't it, for Anthony Lopez?
Anthony require 170.
Vandenberg the favourite here, though. Lopez, this has to go, and it won't. And having had a gilt-edged chance to
59.
Break back and trim the deficit to 4-3, all of a sudden Lopez is staring down the barrel here with a 6-2 defeat at the hands of Dimitri Vandenberg. 52 away, so double 16 for the match.
54.
Well, he told us how far away it was. We could see Dimitri. Long way away. Would hope to come back. And will come back because that is in. Treble 1.
48 remaining.
79. Dimitri requires 16.
For the Belgian then, to finally finish a job. We know that Lopez has enjoyed himself, had his moments, a couple of blind 180s.
Вирусная угроза была обнаружена.
But he's not going to see him through to the second round of the Gibraltar Darts Trophy 2017 because all 5 Gibraltar qualifiers have been eliminated from the tournament. The last of them, Lopez. It was fun, wasn't it? But Dimitri Vandenberg was mature and got the job done. He will be back tomorrow to take on James Wade. The likes of Chisnell and Peter Wright himself will be on that stage tomorrow as well. But Dimitri Vandenberg, the last man through to the second round, we'll hear from him and join us tomorrow for the last 32 of the Gibraltar Darts Trophy.
Anthony Lopez. Dimitri, congratulations, of course, on your win. That wasn't as easy as it might look on paper, was it?
It's never easy like it looks on paper because you need to play your game, and at the moment itself, it needs to happen. So backstage, I was preparing myself and focus on my game instead of who am I playing. And yeah, at the end, it wasn't that easy on stage either.
You know what Anthony does for a living?
I heard he's a policeman.
Be very careful where you go outside. Don't break any laws. But he is through to the next round. Ladies and gentlemen, Dimitri Vandenberg.